Okay, so people have told me I write too much in the past, and even though this is only a few paragraphs, I figured I might as well record a video for people that can't read or don't feel like reading so much. So it's the morning after Election Day, and these are some thoughts I had. A socialist. Oh, let me start at the beginning. If you are a socialist, you should be able to embrace a Donald Trump victory. You should be able to embrace a Joe Biden victory. A socialist must be able to reckon with reality, because reality itself points towards socialism. Socialism's belatedness is the result of society's refusal to grapple with its reality, an insistence on living in denial, on preserving and resurrecting a dying and dead world. A socialist should pay no mind to the squabbles among the pro-slavery camp over which of them is allowed to hold the reins of power. They have no real power, only the appearance of power, which results from the ignorance of the working people as to the power they themselves possess, but fail to understand, and hence to exercise consciously. A socialist should stand unequivocally against all the advocates of the slave society in which we still live, and for the emancipation of the slaves by their own act. Everything else is a distraction from the necessary task. Socialists abdicate their duty by feeding into the illusions that fill the void of ignorance and apathy among the working people. They betray their cause. They side with slavery against freedom. Socialists are those who are building a socialist party to educate and organize and lead the working class as a political force capable of taking power into its own hands, capable of wielding the power it already possesses, but is not yet able to master. Socialists condemn all preoccupation with the play of shadows on the wall of the cave, and instead direct every effort to awakening the prisoners to their own captivity, so that they might decide to leave it behind. Socialists do not sow illusions about the politics of the ruling class, which is nothing but petty bickering over the distribution of the spoils and the best means of keeping the slaves complacent and quiet and ignorant. Socialists do not buy into such illusions themselves. Socialists bring enlightenment into this world of darkness, rather than shrieking hysterically at the shadows. Are there any socialists today? Who are they? That's all I wrote, but now I feel like I should qualify that question at the end. I don't mean to imply that I am up to that task or adequately fulfilling that task. I recognize it, but am I a true socialist in the way that I would like to see, in the way that so many, most if not all, who call themselves socialists today are not? I don't know. I don't think so. I do think it's important to recognize what's missing and to aspire to more than you are, to aspire to do more than you are currently doing, and not to lower your horizons. And unfortunately, lowering of horizons is characteristic of socialists in a way that would not have been true a century ago. Socialists today are very often those most ready to compromise with the existing order in the face of change, most willing to sidle up to the state and defend it against the tides of change. But change is the force that socialists seek to render conscious by rendering the agents of that change conscious, namely society, specifically the working people, the working class. And any distraction from the task of rendering them conscious by educating them and organizing them and uniting them is a crime. It's a crime against the cause of freedom. It's a crime against humanity. It's a crime against our destiny, our historical destiny. And I guess I just felt overwhelming frustration this morning at I haven't even seen much because I've been avoiding the so-called socialists out there. I'm sure that they are shrieking hysterically at what happened last night and what's going to happen today. But whatever happens, it shouldn't matter. If you're a socialist, it should not matter to you. And the fact that these people are so invested and will continue to be so invested in fighting the Democratic Party's fights, it's a miserable shame. It's a disgrace to the good name of socialism, to the good name of Eugene Debs, of Karl Marx. And it needs to be recognized. And I hope some of you who are watching this are aware or becoming aware of that. And if you disagree, then please let me know. Thanks.